about 5:30. Sun's barely starting to come up. I hit the trail early for 3 reasons. Number one, so maybe I hear any or see any elk on my way up. For 2, the hike up is going to be the hardest. And while there's an active creek near the trail the whole way up so far, I don't know if there's going to be any water up top, so I'm packing in 4 liters of water, which is about 8 pounds. But I don't know what I'm going to counter up top. So if I go in when it's cool, I'll consume less water going up. And the third reason is because most recreational hikers are not going to hike in the dark. And the trailhead is a bottleneck. So because of COVID and wanting to avoid people, best time to come up here is when no one's going to be here, and that's in the dark. On that note, ever since last Sunday, my last scouting trip, and I encountered another hunter who happened to, we've all done it, that truck conversation between truck window to truck window. Because I wasn't wearing a mask, I wasn't 6 feet apart, my wife has been making me sleep in the basement, eat my meals in the office, and wear a mask around the house, and I have to put up with this until next Sunday. So, I am really motivated to stay as far away from people as I can. Seriously. 1.6 miles in. I know there's water down in this drainage. We got pines, we got quakies, we have water. So far I like what I see. This is one well-worn path. So far this trail's been easy. I think I'm almost to the top. It's starting to get a little harder, but so far this trail's been pretty easy. A blind man could find this in the dark. Well, I'm out of saddle. From trailhead to here, it's about 2.37 miles, and it took me about an hour and a half. But that's me taking my time and stopping the glass a couple times. That, and I'm just getting older, so I'm not going to go that fast anyway. So, I think my trail might be here. That's it. It's definitely not used that much. I'm thinking I need to go up that way. Up on top of this ridgeback. All right. Keeping on, keeping on. Saddle's down there. I think down that road, down that canyon there is a road that the Forest Service charges a toll on. Not my fave. All right, correction on that road. It's right there. It comes down this way and then it curves off that way. I think there's a couple more trailheads over that way that goes over off into a wilderness area. There ain't nothing running through there. So it just makes me wonder if there's possibly some animals in there in that bowl. Well, I made it to the ridgeback. That's a lot steeper than it looked on the map. I think the trail cuts around in front of that face, across that slope and around. I'm debating about going around that the other way. Definitely looks like elk country. I haven't heard any elk this morning though. about 7:44. So if there were any around and they were bugling, any bulls, you'd probably hear them. This trail, that's the way I came. Definitely has some technical aspects. There's one part a little technical, and then this part over here went from hard to harder. I had to shimmy around that way. Because right there you're looking at a little cliff, and over that side's pretty steep. So I had to come right to the right of that tree right there. You can see the trail right there. And then the right of that tree. Now, the trail up to the saddle, there's no problem hiking that in the dark. Now this part here, if you did have to pack out, one, it's gonna be pretty far already, but two, I would relay it somewhere near the saddle, because from the saddle onwards, you can do that in the dark, no problem. But from here to the saddle, you gotta pack out in the dark. That's a bit sketchy, so. There's a deer down there, you can't see it on the camera. It's a doe. She sees me. I made too much noise coming down. Too worried about trying to find the trail to get myself around. But yeah, that's definitely a doe down there in her summer coat. Right below that tree right there. Yeah, she's moving away now. Okay, well, I seen deer. Yeah, she's bounding now. I am reminded of a fella who's much older and wiser and more experienced than I, who goes by the name of Randy Newberg. That you ever look at an area and say, boy, I sure would hate to pack an elk out of there, then that's where they'll be. And it's that thought that keeps me going right now. Well, I know there have been elk here at one time. Stuff's pretty old. It's hard. Getting here is a pain in the butt. I think I'm gonna bushwhack it down the mountain to the road. I ain't crossing that crap again. There were elk here at one time. That I know. This little saddle strikes me as significant. One's blowing this way, and I heard something cracking through there a little while ago. Probably a deer. Maybe an elk. Thinking about going up there. I gotta check my map. I may end up putting camp down there, but that might not be a good idea. This might be a major pass. So I might go up top. I've noticed a lot of these bugs are dragonflies. That means there's gonna be a lot of water around here somewhere. Something big was bedded here. I wonder if it was a moose. Maybe an elk. Another smaller bed right here. Right next to that big one right over there. I wonder if that was a calf. There's supposed to be a trail around here. But, well, at least it's on my map, but I haven't found much of it out this way. It's pretty overgrown. Not too many people make it out this way. Well, I finally made it to the edge of that bowl. Over there's that bowl I've been looking at on the map. A ridgeline on this way. And I think down there, I marked a possible camp location down there. I might bushwhack it leaving out of here tomorrow. That said, if I leave in the morning and I bushwhack it, my sun will be blowing downhill, which won't be good. I don't know if I care though, since I won't be back here for a while. But I am kind of curious as to what I'm going to find down there. I need to work my way around and find a place to camp. I'm starting to see the value of a hammock. Flat spots up here are kind of hard to come by. Oh, other side of the peak. Couple more beds. You know, that says something when they're out here bedding in the open and not in cover. I don't think too many people get out this way. There's one other person that's been out this way, I think, though. Seeing some grass trampling. I think it's a human, but I think it's just one guy. Don't know. Someone was out here yesterday, I think. You know that that elky smell? I can't describe it, but it's a smell that I've smelled off and on before. And I think it's a smell of elk. I'm not sure. Doesn't have that ammonia smell like sheep. A little bit different than that. Sheep smell like ammonia. This smells almost like elk. I don't know though. I haven't seen any fresh scat. Alright, I got camp set up. And you know what? I can see the draw to hammock camping because this actually took a lot of work. And you're limited on where you can camp because you need a flat spot. I might just switch to a hammock if I come back up here again. And I know one thing, I already regret not bringing my bug netting. Bugs galore in here already. But I took off the small day pack off my main pack. And I need to go find water. I have like maybe half a liter of water left in my bladder. I have 2 liters in my pack. But I don't want to get into that if I don't have to, because I'm saving that for dinner and breakfast. So I need to find some water, hopefully down that way, down the draw, because I am thirsty and I've been drinking a lot more water than I thought I would. It's pretty hot. All right, well, such as it is. Well, there's another hunter around here. Probably the tracks I was noticing you coming in. It's got some salt down right there. And 2 trail cameras, one right there and one right there. One looking at the salt and the other one probably watching the back side of that trail, that camera there. He dug a hole and put some salt in there. He's already got me on camera. Whatever. I've been following that other hunter's tracks ever since the saddle. And I found another salt lick. He put out another salt lick, and there's another trail camera right there. You got the salt lick right below it. Yeah, real easy to follow another man's tracks, apparently. I have a small water problem. I'm almost out of my bladder. So after I set up camp, I looked down this one drainage, and according to my topo map, there should have been a creek down there. There wasn't. So I went down this drainage, an even steeper one. It's gonna be hell getting back to camp. No water. It's a good thing I packed that extra 2 liters of water. I didn't want to get into it, but now I have no choice. Tried taking a nap, and all I could think about was like a nice, cool glass of water. I'm really thirsty. What water I have, I've been trying to ration. Nothing on this scouting trip has turned out right. The way getting in here was, there's supposed to be trail, there's not. Supposed to be water down here, there's not. And there really isn't that many good places to glass. So at this point, I'm going to try making my way back to camp. Ration what energy and water I have. Keep my ears peeled in the evening just to see what I hear. And tomorrow morning at first light, I'm gonna head down the mountain. I'm gonna bushwhack down and come out to the road. Maybe I'll find some water on my way down. I'm thirsty. Say hello to my little friends. At least they're not bugging me. They're on top. So, I ate dinner. Ate most of a ramen bomb. That may have been a mistake, because I don't think I have enough water in my system to digest it, so I didn't eat all of it. I did drink a little bit more water. Of that 2 liter that I had packed in my pack, I only now have 200 milliliters left. So I'm basically out of water. Out of water, out of gas, out of ideas, out of everything right now. It's 6:30. I would go to sleep now, only I know I'd wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I'd be sitting there bored off my rocker for 2 hours. 2 hours. No, up until 5. First light doesn't really start till 5:30. I really shouldn't move and start bushwhacking until I have some daylight. So,
Has not been a good scouting trip. Maybe I will see something on my way down. Something you're not going to see from a trail. That would be the saving grace of this scouting trip. So tired. Overdid it. I think I might have a new rule for myself. If I have to backpack in more than a couple miles, maybe not. Because I'm on the downhill side of 40, sliding into 50, and my knees were killing me. Whoa. You gotta see this.
There's more of them.
I just realized I've been up since 2:30. Yep, 2:30. Damn, there's more of them up there now. Well, it's 6:30. I've been up since 2:30. And I've probably backpacked for 2 miles on a trail, 2 miles through some very technical and difficult terrain, off trail. It took me 4 hours to travel 2 miles. That's how hard it was. And then I probably hiked another couple miles on top of that looking for water. Probably about another 3 miles on top of that looking for water. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I've hiked about 7 miles through some pretty tough country today. Been up since 2:30. You know what? I might just go to sleep anyway. I am beat. Up too long, work too hard. See you tomorrow.
5:23. I've just broken camp. And yeah, I'm heading into down there. Ain't no trails coming in. Why bother trying to take a trail on the way out? Well, it's almost 7 o'clock. I think I'm about halfway down the mountain. This is the one area that I've marked on my map as a possible camp area. It's level enough to put a tent, but it's too heavily vegetated. Still, if you had a hammock, it would work. I think I'm definitely gonna look into hammock camping if I come back here. Found a scrape. I haven't heard any elk at all. No bugles. I haven't flushed any that I saw. Bumped any. Heard any. Seen any sign. I don't think there's elk in here. I know there's moose in here. I've seen tracks large enough for a moose. And I've seen a doe not too far. There's somebody putting salt out for deer, I think. But I don't think there's any elk in here. Good habitat. Speaking of which, I have never been this thirsty. I'm going straight down. I gotta get water. I cannot believe I have not run into any water. This is the first time I've been out in the backcountry and I have run out of water. This is first time for everything, I guess. All right, I take it back. If you really wanted to tent camp, you could tent camp here. However, I had a feeling I would find a wallow. Well, there used to be a wallow here. Now it's dried. There's no active creek feeding it, though. It would have been nice. I had a feeling I'd find something like this up here, but And that same dude has a trail cam here. Someone has a trail cam here. He probably leaves that trail camera out here all the time. Because that wallow's been dry for a while. Ain't that my luck? No water. Took me long enough, but I finally found water. It is literally coming out of the ground right over there. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful thing. We is tanking up. Tanking up. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh yeah. It's really cool too. Oh. 2.5 miles of this. And I'm not done there yet. Almost. Oh, 5 hours and 40 minutes and almost, well, I think it's 2.87 miles, almost 3 miles bushwhacking. That was a lot harder than I had thought. I will not be going bushwhacking for a while, and when I do go bushwhacking again, it will not be for almost 3 miles worth. I am beat up. Went through another 2 liters of water. Out of water again. I think I'm gonna refill down here somewhere. So what I gotta do now is take the road back to the truck, out that way and on to home. Embrace the suck.